Creators Risings. It's Past Wealth Tuesday. It's your girl, Coach Queen Red. I'm a wealth independence navigation coach, baby.
And it's your girl, Coach Keisha, your favorite CEO. I just love saying that.
I like it when you say that too. I do. I really do. I
It
love it
makes
when you.
me feel empowered. Like, yeah, this is it. This is the stage of life I'm supposed to be in, and I can embrace that title with grace. I love
Yeah.
it.
Yes. Yes. Same here. Same here. Same here. So we got another wonderful topic for everybody, and that topic is your business is a bridge. Now, I'm gonna have fun with this topic.
I
I
know
really
you are.
am. Well, I think it's more of the growth of realizing how much that topic means to me right now in this moment. He said your business is a bridge, not the final destination. I'm gonna let you kind of start because I know I could go off the, go off the handle, so you can guide this ship because there's so many different places I can start from, but just to stay the course. So what you got, Coach Keisha?
So, many of you who have not attended our brunch and learn, I'm just going to tell you, you missed a phenomenal treat. So, some of the nuggets that we're providing with you guys for these next couple of Tuesdays is pulled from our brunch and learn. We are going to have it set up on our website and our university so that you can purchase the entire series. Okay, so you can catch up. I need y'all to catch up. But on that topic of your business is a bridge, not the final destination. So one of the things that I remember speaking on is in regards to meat and potatoes versus the bread and butter.
Oh
And so
yes,
this is the way that I have been able to identify my business strategies and how I want to move about with my business. But my meat and potatoes is just what it says. This is the thing that feeds me, right? My bread and butter, that's the extra. That's the things that I'm building and I'm trying to see if it's gonna work. But here's the thing. I use my meat and potatoes to fund the bread and butter.
yes.
I can't take my bread and butter income to try to build a meat and potato income. So we can equate that to some of you entrepreneurs, and a lot of our followers are currently 9 to 5 workers. So your
Yes.
9 to 5 job, that's your meat and potatoes. That is the thing that sustains you. Start
Yes.
saving something from that and start building your business. And this is one of the things that I enjoy doing because I use my real estate business to fund other businesses and investment so that I can generate and create those multiple streams of income just from one income. So that's my take on it. That's what I love about this topic today, how our business can definitely be a bridge if we let it.
Yes, it can. So, I'm going to use an example. And I probably used this before in several conversations, but one of the businesses, actually two of the business, matter of fact, I had Redmond Legacy Coaching, and then I started Alpha Wayfinder Properties and Investments, and I started that under the tutelage of Coaching Your Greatness with my favorite CEO. And this is before we even had our joint venture. And I did the Alpha Wayfinder as a short-term rental business to where we went through the master classes. We took the classes that Coach Keisha had. We learned about it, started, formed it, made decent money, made good money during the short-term rental properties on Airbnb. I even got it to the point where I was able to travel out of town and have someone else operating the cleaning portion, paid them a percentage of the cleaning. I learned all that from just learning the business. You see what I'm saying? And learning through the workshop. But the best thing I ever did is when it was time to dissolve that business, I was able to take funds from that business and build another business
Mm.
without using my own money. That's the biggest thing. And that part is what felt good. Not only was I able to take those funds from that one business and use funds to open up another. And when I say start another business, I mean I was able to close my Alpha Wayfinder business. How does that look realistically? All the money from that business, when it was dissolved, I was able to establish my LLC, which cost about anywhere from $300 to $500 in the state of Texas. Depends on where you're at and where you're watching this. Or you can do it yourself. And if you're a veteran, you might be able to do it for free. Get that established, get my registered agent, get my documentation, open a business bank account. All those things were done without no money on my end. So how one of my other millionaire sisters say it, I was letting the house money pay for itself. Okay.
That's right.
I like
Mhm.
what she said. I was letting the house money pay for itself. Okay. That means that money that was invested months ago has made money for itself. And
That's
because
right.
it's made money for itself, the house now has money. And because the house now has money, I took it from this one house that had a foundation. You said this before, right? You said that big foundation, and I made a whole new foundation. And even saying that right now, it feels good because had I known what I'd known before about your business is a bridge, that's just growth in itself. Because one of the things I talked about in the unlocking your power to create your wealth in the first series, I talked about unpacking your ignorance. And that is just a principle of mine that I keep because I always say your ignorance will determine your place in society. I had to realize going through education, seminars, being coached under somebody like Coach Keisha and other coaches I had, that it was possible to use my business as a leveraging tool because I
Mhm.
had a vision. Because one of the things I also taught, which you can definitely check this out at passivewealthgrp.com, is I also talked about feeding your vision, which was writing your vision down. I wrote these things down, and in me writing those things down, those things have become multiplied in its abundance in me writing it down because I had to grow through all those things. I had to learn those things in my journey. And in me doing that, that didn't become my final destination. Oh my goodness.
Hmm.
Wow. I just realized it did not become my final destination. It was just
That's
a
right.
continuance of my path. It expanded it. It expanded it. And not only that, I'm about to start my holdings company, which I'm very excited about because we've been talking about that for a long. Look, this is epic because when I'm saying I'm about to start a holdings company, that is gonna unlock like hidden doors in the video game right now because that involves the trust and this is the thing, the knowledge that I have in starting my holdings company does not mean I have everything. That means I have the seeds and the wisdom and the tools and the resources to go ahead and make the decision to do that. And not only do I have the funds to do it that didn't
Right.
come from my pocket. You feel me? So
Mhm.
I'm how you said meat and potatoes versus bread and butter.
Right.
I'm still using my vehicle from my corporate job to fund because all I've done is taken those money and I've compounded interest on it and made sure that I'm living below my means. I'm trying to do what I can to fund my business and keep it going because the end state, what you said, that final destination is
Yep.
where I really want to get to on my journey as an entrepreneur in
Mhm.
this world because I understand that's part of my lifestyle. Or how Missy Elliott says, I want to be able to ride first class when I'm in my 80s and not have to
Right.
worry about not have to worry
Right.
about the bill. Okay. So that's where I can say is unpacking my ignorance. And I do that at every level because at every level, there's to me is always something new you have to learn. And that's also going to make sure that your business stays a bridge
Yes.
at every level. There should be something new that you are willing to learn as an entrepreneur because that means that you are making sure that your business is going to stay a bridge and not the final destination of where you are at. That's so important
Exactly.
because if I'm trying to get to build a passive income real estate business that's going to generate me 20 plus K in passive income, which it will, then I have to be abreast to understand what do I need to support my lifestyle and my entrepreneur journey and in my business that's going to make sure that stays a bridge because I already know from game that I'm not going to do it by myself. I don't want to do it by myself. you
Right. Right.
know
How they
what I
say,
mean?
if you want to go far, go together.
Go
If you
alone.
want to go fast, go alone.
Yep.
Yep.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, like I said, I'm excited. I don't want to, run my mouth forever, but there was just some different things, and once again, when I think about you saying your business is a bridge, that is an extension of the purpose that Creator has given all of us when we talk about extending ourselves, because we're not only just extending ourselves, a lot of times we're extending our coins as well when it comes to our business. But I'm going to pause.
Yeah, most definitely. I agree with everything because sometimes people look at their business and it is their final destination. They're like, okay, this is all I have. This is all I'm going to do. This is all I want. This is it. But not recognizing that your business can be that bridge to other things and to more prosperity and to more freedom as well. But we have to see it as that. And we have to also make sure that we create proper exit plan.
Woo!
Otherwise, it will be your final destination if you do not have the proper exit strategy. Okay.
Can you
So
say that again for the people in the back about the exit plan? Can you say that again?
you gotta have an exit strategy. You gotta have an exit strategy even before you start. Where is this going to end at? What is this going to build towards? Okay, that is my exit strategy. You know, a lot of people just on the internet in general, you know, they talk about exit strategy, but I know for the longest time I didn't even understand what that was.
Thank you.
It's an exit strategy.
Thank you. Yep.
I don't know what you mean. Like when I leave something, you know,
Yep.
but the exit strategy is not necessarily when you leave something, it's more of how you leave it.
Come on, coach. Come on, coach.
It's how you leave it, right?
Yes.
Because we could leave a thing that puts us in a position of that finality. Y'all know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, they know what you're saying.
But we can also exit something into a better door. Into a better opportunity. So how can I develop an exit strategy or exit plan that is going to lead to something better? Okay. So 2 things that I have that is so vital. Number 1, build systems that can run without you. You got to do it. You got to build systems because one of the common mistakes that people make when they get into the business, they stay a worker in their own business and not delegate. And now they're tied to it and their business is their final destination because they can't do nothing else. You only got 2 hands, 2 feet, a set of lips, 2 ears. That's only for this vicinity. In order for you to be able to stretch further, you're going to have to build some type of system, a team, so that your business can grow its own legs to walk through. Go ahead, guys. See your finger. Go on, let's go. Come on.
Look, yeah, I swear we'd be aligned because I was just telling the client this the other day. I was just telling the client this the other day because, you know, I was asking my client, I said, what are you trying to say? What is your intentions? Where do you see yourself at? What do you want your lifestyle to look like? So she told me what she wanted her lifestyle to look at. And I realized a bulk of what she wants, she's carrying it on her own shoulders. And Spirit had me go to the scripture in the Bible, and it's either in Corinthians. No, it's not. It has to be in Corinthians, but it talks about us being the body of Christ and how each body has the members, and all the members have different responsibilities. And I asked her, said, "Who is your tribe? Who is your team? Who are you leading?" You know what I mean? We talked about this in the second series about leveraging your position, like who is under you, who's an extension of you. Because if you're trying to do this when you retire, you're going to be everywhere. Like how are you building this? You know, and then it dawned on the person like, oh my goodness, you have to be mindful about your team and what are you trying to do, because a part of you building your business being a bridge is the systems and the processes that is in place, but it's also the leadership that you are leaving an imprint on for the people who you're teaching. That's important as well. Yes. You know what I mean? Because those are the people who are going to come behind, or that business and that process. And I have to use you as an example, Coach Keisha. One of the things that is very big in the military that we've done is, and she says this often, is SOPs.
Yeah.
SOPs have been beaten in our brains. If you're a military person, you already know what an SOP is. Okay, it's a standard operating procedure. If you worked in corporate America, you know it's an SOP. It's the same thing. SOP is just a documented version of protocol and procedures of if someone was to come in, they can pick up that SOP and run forth tell that. Okay, that's what that is. It's the same thing when you are a leader. If you're creating a replicative SOP in the spirit it's the core into somebody that you're leaving there. That's what that is. So you got me fired up. That's all I'm saying.
Yes.
You got me fired
Yes.
up.
Look,
I'm
I,
ready to
I
talk.
look, the SOP didn't even come to my mind, but yes, that is definitely a system. I'm really big on SOPs. Like,
Yes, you are.
where's the manual so I can
Yes,
see what I'm supposed to be doing? And I love to create them because I just like to see how it works.
yes, yes.
How
But
somebody
that's
can
a good
walk
way to
in,
test it.
yeah, walk in, read a manual, follow it step by step by step,
Yes,
and get the same result that I would get if I was sitting in that seat.
yes, yes,
And so it's a way of duplicating ourselves,
yes, yes.
and
And
I
and
just, yeah. Go ahead. Go
And,
ahead. I'm
and
sorry.
the last thing, just to finish up what you were saying, was, I read a bunch of books, and I don't know if I read this somewhere recently, but it's fresh on my mind. And that's what triggered my conversation, which was it said most businesses and brands fail because they don't have concrete systems in place. And when I read that, I was like, you know what? Having worked in corporate America and I understand IT very well and how to build the infrastructure of businesses, that is so true. You know what I mean? The system is what, and you were saying this the other day. You were talking about McDonald's and these other places. That is what duplicates a well-oiled business or brand, is if you can systemize it for someone else to use. This is how they create franchises, because they have systemized the brand. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But I'm gonna pause because, like I said, you got me fired up. We like 17 minutes in, so let me be
Yeah.
quiet. Yeah.
That is totally right. Like, with the whole systems and having that business in a box, they can
Yes.
duplicate the system. So this is how
Yes.
you're going to 10x your business. The second way to create an exit plan from your own business is reinvest business profits into passive assets. If you want to work all your life, fine. But if you want your money to work for you all your life, that's the route to go. Reinvest your business profits into passive assets. And I'm gonna just stop right there because that just says it all. That I don't have to explain it. You already know it. But if you need to learn about passive assets, make sure that you follow Passive Wealth on Facebook and also on Instagram. Make sure you sign up with our email listing so we can keep you up to date on our upcoming events, our upcoming masterclass, and also our upcoming series that we do. We just did a Brunch and Learn series. It was a 3-month series, one Saturday out of the month, and we came and we learned various topics on making sure that our business was done properly and correctly, how to leverage our business. And if you missed that, you missed a treat. But we got something special for you. We're going to have it set up on our Problem Solve University, where you can purchase all 3 content so that you'll be able to have that experience with the Brunch and Learn series. So that's all we have today. Make sure you guys continue to follow us. Check in with us every Tuesday. We're going to be here giving you our passive wealth tips. Y'all have a great day. And it's Passive Wealth Tuesday.
Problem solved with